Have you ever had that weird feeling that your thoughts aren't, well, entirely your own? Like you're being nudged in certain directions, especially by what you see online. You are definitely not alone. We're living in an age where our attention, our opinions, our very thoughts are being shaped by forces we can't always see.
So let's just ask it straight up. Is your mind truly yours? It's a simple question, right? But the answer, that's a whole lot more complicated. We all like to think we're the captains of our own ship, deciding what to believe, what to think. But if you take a hard look at the map, you might just realize the currents were set and the destination was chosen for you long before you ever set foot on deck.
Now, this isn't some crazy conspiracy theory. It's much simpler and maybe even scarier. It's a business model. You are living inside an architecture that is specifically designed to make you predictable, to make you reactive, and to keep you distracted. It's a system that doesn't see your mind as a sanctuary, but as a territory to be colonized and controlled. So, to figure this all out, we've laid out a kind of 5-part escape plan. First, we're going to look at the invisible prison we're all in. Then we'll meet the architects who built it. After that, we'll get practical and talk about why reading is your weapon, how to start building your fortress, and finally, what it actually looks and feels like to live the ungovernable life.
Okay, part 1. You know, the first rule of escaping any prison is you have to realize you're in one. The digital world you live in, it is not neutral ground. The moment you unlock your phone, you're stepping into a space that's been meticulously engineered by some of the smartest people on the planet, and their one and only goal, to capture your engagement.
There's actually a name for this system: soft authoritarianism. It doesn't use soldiers or guns. It's much more subtle. It uses things like social pressure, incentives, and the fear of saying the wrong thing. The platforms you use every single day are designed to hijack your focus and keep you in this state of constant emotional reaction. Why? Because when you're angry or scared or even just laughing at a meme, you're clicking.
And every time you click, you're giving them data. And with that data, you can be targeted, you can be sold to, you can be steered. Your attention has become the most valuable resource on Earth, and right now it's being strip mined for profit. Let that sink in. Your outrage is literally revenue for someone else. Your confusion is a product they sell.
So who are the architects of this whole system? Well, here's the secret they don't exactly advertise. While they're busy designing apps to break your attention into a million little pieces, they are fiercely, and I mean fiercely, protective of their own. And this creates this giant gap, this huge divide between the people who design the system and the rest of us who live inside it.
This has created a kind of invisible class system. And it's not based on money, it's based on your information diet. On one side, you've got the architects. These people read deep, complex books on strategy, on history, on human nature. They play the long game. And on the other side, you've got the inhabitants. That's most of us, consuming a constant diet of little fragments, social media posts, angry hot takes, breaking news alerts. The difference is really simple. Readers anticipate, non-readers react. The main tool they use to keep this divide in place is something called data colonialism. Every click, every pause, every share is mined to build this incredibly detailed psychological profile of you. And then, that profile is used to feed you exactly what the system knows will keep you hooked and engaged. It's a completely closed loop. You're only shown what it thinks you want, trapping you right here, right now, in the present moment.
Okay, so that's the problem. How in the world do you break out of this loop? You do it with the most powerful and maybe the most ancient weapon you have. We have to stop thinking of reading as just some nice, relaxing hobby. In the world we live in today, reading is a core training program. It is a straight-up act of resistance.
And this quote right here, this gets to the absolute heart of it. The algorithms that basically run our world need you to be predictable. They know that if they show you stimulus A, you're going to have reaction B. It's a simple input-output game. But a person who reads deep, complex, even dangerous books, you break that chain. You become unpredictable. You become a glitch in their system. And this isn't some abstract idea, it's real. Think about it. The moment you open a book, you go dark. You're not clicking, you're not sharing, you're not generating any of that behavioral data they crave. It is a private, one-on-one conversation between you and the author that no algorithm can track. You are literally stepping out of the stream of data colonialism and slowing down time.
All right, so reading is the weapon, but a weapon isn't much good if you don't know how to wield it. Just saying, I'm going to try harder isn't enough, because willpower runs out. You need a protocol. You need to actually build structures in your life that protect your independence. And the protocol is actually pretty simple. It's 3 steps.
See, reclaim, and build. First, you have to see the system. You have to be able to name the game that's being played. Then you have to reclaim your mind by rebuilding that attention span that's gotten so weak. And only then can you build the routines and the boundaries that will actually protect you. You have to see it before you can change it.
Now, a huge part of building your fortress is curating what we'll call an inner library. Think of it like your own personal hand-picked board of advisors. A 3x3 grid is a fantastic way to start. 3 books on power, so you can understand how the world really works. 3 on human nature, so you can understand the person in the mirror. And 3 on resistance. Think biographies of rebels, stoic philosophers, to give you the strength to stand alone when you have to.
So, where does all this lead? What does this life actually look like when you put it into practice? Well, when you commit to this, you stop being a passenger on someone else's ride. You're moving from having a rented mind to a sovereign one. You are finally getting into the driver's seat of your own life.
And really, this is the choice we all have to make. You can't be in both of these columns. The rented mind is passive. It just consumes whatever floats by, outsources its opinions to the latest trend, and becomes fragile and super reactive. But the sovereign mind, it takes full responsibility. It treats thinking like athletic training, choosing its inputs with care, and becoming stable, resilient, and strong.
Look, for way too long, many of us have been playing the part of an extra in a script somebody else wrote. We've been performing a role that was designed to make us predictable. Taking back control of your mind means you stop being a background character in their play and you start becoming the author of your own story.
So, I'm going to leave you with this one question. You don't need some huge 5-year plan to start. You just need one small, concrete, ungovernable act. So what's it going to be? Will you delete an app that you know is wasting your time? Will you go buy a challenging book this afternoon? Will you schedule just 20 minutes of silent reading into your day? What is the first step you will take today to prove to yourself that your mind is your own?